Welcome back to the session. Welcome back to the session. Back at the Midnight Lemonade. Bitcoin Lithium, stage 10. Last day of stage 10, by the way. We'll be at stage 11 tomorrow. 35 days left now in the pre-sale. Hey, that means there's literally 5 weeks left. You know, this carbon credit right here, a real world asset, Bitcoin Lithium is the first, carbonized credit that's being put into, digital currency form, in the form of cryptocurrency. The roadmap for Bitcoin Lithium is so insane. It gives you a full spectrum of everything that's going on within the community, within the ecosystem. They're telling you how they're gonna go green with renewable energy, the mining of new lithium, everything they got going on. By you getting into the pre-sale, you can help fund all of these projects of helping the world go green. And it's like the best investment you can possibly make, because it's not like you're just, you're not just donating money to a great cause. You're actually investing your money into a great cause. So not only are you helping the environment, you're helping your own bank account. You're helping your own portfolio. You're helping your own family, put some food on the table, or create that generational wealth for, your grandkids. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. 35 days left for this Bitcoin Lithium, and I'm super excited. I'm super excited with what we got staked, man. It's been, our life in general has been a journey. Not too many people will be able to understand it because, obviously, you don't know what goes on in the back end of things. Even like let's go back 5-6 years, you wouldn't be able to determine, what I've been through just from that. We got to go back, all 28 years, baby. You know what I'm saying? But, we still got a lot of shit to do. We've done a lot of shit, experienced a lot of shit, seen a lot of shit, witnessed a lot of shit, partaked in some things, learned some lessons, got some experiences. We've had we had a pretty solid life so far. And, bullshit happens, crazy shit happens. You experience death, you experience, pain, you experience all these different little things. But, the main thing is, staying focused, remembering you got goals to reach and you have to work towards them every single day. This is a session, so, good morning, how you doing?
What did you do, get kicked out of the house?
No.
Okay. I would hate to have to wait out here.
Just getting some fresh air,
Yeah, no, I get it. I understand.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice, the rest of the week, and then it's supposed to rain next week again.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I actually haven't even heard the weather forecast.
Yeah, so it's
I'll be honest, I try to avoid the news.
Yeah.
It's depressing.
Yeah, lots going on in the world.
I mean, it's all about stupid people.
Yeah.
There you have my babies.
Hey.
That's Ralphie.
What's up, Ralphie?
And that's Dobby. Dobby was my husband until he passed away in 23.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
So, that's okay. We're still here. It's our 10th year in this apartment complex.
Okay, nice. Hi.
Silly boy. Well, I hope you have a good day.
Thank you.
It's supposed to be a good one. They're saying it's supposed to be like 83.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be warm.
It's 58 right now. I'm already in shorts.
Yeah.
So heaven knows what it's gonna be. It's nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
Yeah.
You know, some of y'all be wanting to see what's going on, but I'm not finna just put random people on camera, bro. You know what I'm saying? Every YouTuber is different, bro. I'm not just finna put, you know, old folks or nothing like that on camera, you know what I'm saying? Even like when I do go feed the homeless and stuff like that, I don't ever put it on camera. See, the first joint we smoked of the midnight lemonade, we smoked in the house, or not, I'm tripping, in the car, not in the house. We smoked in the car. Smoking it outside, you know, is hitting a little bit harder. I think I gave it an 8 out of 10 too. But right now, you know how I feel? It's like an 8.5, bro. You know, I give it a little bit higher rating. The ash, you know, with these nugs actually look a little bit better than, you know, the last nugs we used. And that's the thing, you know, every nug might not be from the same plant. You know, every nug might not be from the same plant. So you can get nugs from different plants, end up packaged together type deal. So like, you know, when you harvest a bunch of plants, you know what I'm saying, after you cure them, you know what I'm saying, start to do the trimming process, all that shit, you know what I'm saying, usually gets thrown into a big bin. So you got a bunch of different plants, you know, a bunch of different individual plants of the same strain, of course, you know what I'm saying, but thrown into, you know, one bin or multiple bins. And then once they start packaging the nugs, you know what I'm saying, you're just grabbing nugs, you know what I'm saying. So like, it's not every single individual plant, you know what I'm saying. Oh, here's the nugs from this one, here's the nugs from this one. Especially if it's the same strain, you know what I'm saying. You're gonna throw all that shit together. So that's probably why, you know, this ash maybe, you know, it was a little bit wider than yesterday's video, because, you know, this plant, these nugs probably came off of, you know what I'm saying, probably flushed out a little bit better, you know what I'm saying. Like, they could be growing in the exact same environment, but, you know, everybody's not the same. Just like, you know, for example, you and your brother or you and your sister, you know what I'm saying? Y'all may grow up in the exact same environment under the exact same regimen, but y'all came out completely different. That's just how it goes sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Especially with growing weed and like, and just life in general, you know what I'm saying? So that's why it even says in the Bible, bro, don't convey to other people, like, do not, you know, look at somebody else's life and be like, oh, I want that, or oh, why am I not doing this yet, or why don't I have this and they have it. Like, you can't look at somebody else's situation and, you know, compare, bro. Like, y'all two separate, you know, entities, y'all two separate human beings, y'all two separate things, you know what I'm saying? Same with these plants. Like, they could be grown in the exact same environment, but, you know, this seed just, you know, it did better than this seed, or this clone just did better than that clone. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, it's something to keep in mind. But yeah, that's why, you know, that's why this got a better rating today than it did, you know, yesterday. We give it the 8.5. You know, same with purchasing this Bitcoin Lithium. You know what I'm saying? Your $100 worth of Bitcoin Lithium is not going to be the same as the other person's $100 worth of Bitcoin Lithium, because that, you know, the price always going to be moving. You know what I'm saying? They might have bought it in stage 2 and you bought it in stage 7. You know what I'm saying? Definitely a difference in price already, you know? So it's like, you kind of got to see what's going on and realize that you need to just focus on yourself. You know, stop worrying about what everybody else got going on. Stop comparing yourself to other folks, because that's just not gonna get you nowhere. You know, you need to strategize and, you know, focus in on your work, you know, your positions, you know what I'm saying? Don't worry about, you know, other people's motion, you know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be trying to figure out how to get motion. You should be figuring out, you know, what you need to do to build your skill set, what you need to do to reach your goals, what you need to do to, you know, make it out here, you know. And it all starts with what do you want? Even if you don't necessarily know what you want, you know, I don't know, that's the first thing. You need to figure out what it is you want, you know. I want a few different things, but I can tell you, you know, what I want. You know, I want fuck you money. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not just to, you know, be wealthy or, you know, to, oh yeah, I got some money, but no, I want fuck you money. And I know that comes at a price, you know what I'm saying? And if we work towards that, you know what I'm saying, maybe we can land somewhere in the middle. But that's just for me though, you know what I'm saying? So my situation is different than everybody else's situation, you know what I'm saying? You may think, oh, well, I want fuck you money too. But, you know, what does that mean to you? I know what it means for me. What does that mean to you? So, you know, don't ever compare your situation to mine, you know, or anybody, you know. You should never do that. And I know a lot of people fall victim. They love doing it, you know, just like, you know, for example, your partner or whatever, sometimes they may be trying to compare themselves to you, and they should never do that. Never do that, you know what I'm saying? But it's a lesson some people gonna have to learn, and you know, some people learn it a harder way than others. But hey, you know, it is what it is, you know. We staying focused out here, you know, through the ups and downs. It doesn't really matter what else is going on, you know what I'm saying? We can't be worried about what the next person's doing. Stay focused, you know what I'm saying? We know what's in store, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, why would I be worried about the next person when, you know, we got goals to reach, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see what this Bitcoin Lithium gonna do. I'm trying to see what, you know, Inu gonna do. I'm trying to see what Base Pepe gonna do. You know what I'm saying? I'm damn near, you know, after reviewing so far the coding temple, you know, I'm still under that trial period for the 7 days. I'm probably gonna cancel that shit and damn near just do the shit on my own, because already so far, you know what I'm saying, they've given me like 3 different websites, you know what I'm saying, to do work from, and all of these websites are free websites that I don't need you know, you don't need a membership with Coding Temple to use these websites. And these websites have, you know, all the material, everything you need to learn. You can get certificates from some of these websites. So it's like, damn, why is Coding Temple, you know, charging basically like 12 bands, you know, for this program, when you know, in the Zoom meetings you just got a bunch of people talking random shit, as far as just like, you know what I'm saying, just joking around and goofing around, and not really, you know what I'm saying, going in depth about no learning. And you know, basically all the information I've learned so far was from separate websites, you know, outside of Coding Temple, you know what I'm saying? They gave that little prep talk introduction in the beginning, and then, you know, directed me basically to these other websites to create accounts and, you know, get the information and shit so far. And, I mean, I guess what you're really paying for is, you know, community, I guess. Be part of a community. If you wanted to make friends and meet people in the tech space or in the same space as you know what I'm saying, you can do that, you know what I'm saying, through the Zoom meetings and the, you know, the live webinars and things like that, which, you know, basically Zoom meetings. So, I mean, for the networking part, yeah, I guess. And then, you know what I'm saying, it is directing you to these websites. If I didn't go through Coding Temple, I probably wouldn't have found, you know, some of these websites that I'm gatekeeping. Obviously not, because obviously I'm not setting the website, so obviously I'm gatekeeping, bro. We're not even gonna glaze around it, bro. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? So there are a few of these different websites that have like all the information, so it's like, and they have like full courses on these websites, you know what I'm saying, for free basically. You can get certificates. But one of the websites, they do have a premium version, and it's fairly cheap, you know, and I think I might tap in with that. And because that's like real life on the job training for, you know, cybersecurity, and you're doing, you know, you're working on real systems. So it's like, okay, this is damn near what I need to be doing anyway, not, you know, bullshitting through some fucking course, wasting time and, you know, money, definitely money, you know. So I think we're gonna cancel that Coding Temple, you know, membership, but we're still gonna, you know, dive into the cybersecurity shit and get a bunch of these little certificates. And then, you know, once we can actually do, you know, a certain job that we want to do, we'll be able to, you know, because it's a full course too. So it's like, damn, why would I pay for Coding Temple when they got this shit on here? But it's damn near a way for niggas. That's how I think that's just it. Like 10, Coding Temple, like, they're just outlet stations for, you know what I'm saying, to make some money. Like, okay, the information is already out there, so let's just grab the information and, you know, regurgitate it. That's really all it is, you know, regurgitation, the information. They just, you know, are the quote-unquote plug for the information, you know what I'm saying? We'll give you the information, you don't gotta go searching for it, it's right here. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, I respect it. But yeah, I'm gonna have to cancel that because I'm not gonna pay for that. It's damn near like when you do critical thinking and you know, data analysis, it's like, damn, it's low-key a scam. But not really, but it's not a scam, you know what I'm saying? Because realistically, if you're lazy, you do get your money's worth because all the information's right there. But when you know that you can achieve everything you want to achieve without having to pay for that, then it's like, why would I sit there and pay for that shit? So yeah, that's pretty much what's gonna happen. I think this is gonna be fun though now, because now I can really just dive into straight, you know, hacking the systems. Like when I told y'all on the other video where basically I got to hack into a bank and take someone else's money and put it in my account, you know what I'm saying? Obviously it's a fake bank, but I got to actually hack in the system and do that. They taught me everything, you know what I'm saying? That's on one of these websites. And you can get certificates on these websites, like real on-the-job training type shit. So I'm gonna tap in and just complete so many of those, you know what I'm saying? Treat it like a video game and get nice. And, you know, I've been reading some, like, or not even reading, like watching some different podcasts on the situation. And then on just like, you know, all cybersecurity in general, like just in general cybersecurity, I guess. Just watching different podcasts and shit, and you know, some of them are saying, you know, degrees don't matter and certificates don't even really matter. It's about what you can actually do, you know what I'm saying, in a job setting, you know what I'm saying. Basically, you just can't be, you know, book smart. You gotta actually, you know what I'm saying, have your hands wet in the field, which makes sense in anything, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, we just gonna be able to get in the field because now we got the sites, you know what I'm saying. So the whole process we went through, you know what I'm saying, was for a reason. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the process, but now we just gotta do what we gotta do, you know what I'm saying. But hey, I appreciate y'all, Cutting Temple. Y'all plug me on the free sites where I can, you know, continue to do what I do. I know they did say that they try to help you get jobs and shit like that too, but a lot of companies be saying that, a lot of websites be saying that. Even ISSA for personal training, you know what I'm saying, they're supposed to help you get a job, but they give you a little, you know, job recruiter, and they're just looking for some things in your area, you know, something that you can do yourself, because they're not really, you know, plugging it like that, you know what I'm saying. So if you want to put the work in, you can make it happen, but you know, failure is not an option. We got you know what I'm saying, we got too much opportunity out here, and we're holding, you know, just some badass, you know, killer assets where, you know, it's gonna make life-changing money regardless. So I'm gonna see y'all on the next video.